Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Well, check this out, man. And pretty good news for us. Deontay Wilder is in Saudi Arabia. And he just did an interview where he said, look, all the money is here in Saudi. The big business is here in Saudi. So we can stop right there. We know Deontay Wilder is going to be fighting in Saudi now, okay? But he said he's trying to fight 3 times this year. So what that tells me is between now, he said it could be having his first fight in June. But I mean, it's almost March, right? April, May, June, and July, August, September, and October, November, December. So I guess he could make it happen. But what he said, he could see that it was just like, he was, whatever, there was just energy. He was just emitting a lot of positive energy. And when I say positive energy, I mean the kind of energy that tells me Wilder's about to fight some big fights. Now, he said what he's trying to do is give the fans the fights they want. So when you make a statement like that, and now you got him in Saudi, we know that Finkel, Hearn were talking. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him over there in Saudi, dilly-dallying against a Dillian White, possibly an Ngannou, definitely an AJ. But he's definitely happy. And this goes to show, right? Like I've said in other videos, which I'm not going to expound. I'll just say that when Deontay Wilder talks in code and Malik Scott decodes it, I think we should start really paying attention, because they said Deontay Wilder can kind of, he's at a place in his career where he can kind of, if he says he does or doesn't want to do something, things happen. And you fast forward now, look what happened with Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz kind of got set aside, you know. They say he fired Al Heyman. Then some people saying Al Heyman them kind of released him. That's neither here nor there. What it is Deontay Wilder out there in Saudi. Now I'm going to tell you something. Something that concerns me, right? I get it with Saudi Arabia. I get it with these guys. Listen, I am not sure. They got this guy right here, right? Let me show y'all something real quick. You see this guy right here? See if I can make that a little bigger for you. This guy right here. Okay? He makes me nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep this muted. It's from IFL TV. I don't want to be playing this stuff. But let me tell you something, right? Something about that guy makes me nervous. Let me see if I can find that picture. I saw a picture that just really made me feel uncomfortable. I think I just commented on it. I don't know if I retweeted it. But nonetheless, right? That individual is good friends with Kinahan. He refused to say anything bad with Kinahan. If you look at the images of this guy, right? He's in recent pictures with Kinahan. Him, Kinahan, Badu Jack. Let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of people. Some have been exposed already for having some kind of relationship with Kinahan. And there are others who haven't been exposed yet. But what I'm going to tell you is there are a lot of fighters, promoters, key decision makers who till this day have some kind of involvement with Kinahan. I'm just going to tell you. I truly believe that. Now, for those of you who are saying, oh, you're reaching, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to draw the line in the sand, right? Because sometimes I do videos and you get some people who just have a knee-jerk reaction, quick to talk, right? But I try to understand everyone's, I feel everyone has something to offer, right? I don't know everyone's background, but I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But I'm the kind of person, right? I like to peel the layers back. And let me tell you, It's called optics. It's called awareness, man. You guys see everything that's bubbling up there in the Middle East? And you guys are just thinking, oh, it's because they have a lot of oil or they're gazillionaires. You guys aren't paying attention to this, to what's going on. So many of these big name boxers now outside of the matchroom realm, outside of the UK boxers. You're seeing guys starting to really come over to Saudi Arabia, come and look to do fights in the Middle East. Let me tell you something. You're going to see it happening with other fighters. I'm telling you right now, it's happening. Now, is this going to be a long-term thing? I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter. I personally think these fighters should get as much money as possible. If they have to kind of jostle their careers around to a point to where they just kind of, slide from this promoter to this promoter and kind of, shake loose from that one and go to this promoter or go to this country, wherever it needs to happen, right? This continent, whatever they need to do to make the most money possible. I'm for that. But I would be very curious to know, where is the money coming from? When you really peel the layers back and you see in that pecking order, who is the backer of the events, who's putting up the money, who's calling the shots, who's ensuring, who's using their influence to make things happen, right? Who's the shot caller? That's all I want to know. And when I look at this guy, who we just let me go back to that image, right? This guy is heavily involved in boxing. This guy, heavily involved with Kinahan. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, something doesn't seem right. And I would hope that these fighters, if they're going to get money, let it be clean money. I would hope they don't go out there and find themselves mixed up in dirty money. That's all I'm saying. So Deontay Wilder is already planning his 3 fights. If everything he said leads me to believe he's going to be fighting in Saudi. And I can't blame him for wanting to go over there and get that money. I just would hate to know that he's going to allow himself to chase after the root of all evil, knowing that someone else who got in the ring with him and he claimed, well, he suspected they cheated, right? And that person who got in the ring with him was the same thing, kind of chasing behind the root of all evil and allowing the people who were behind ensuring the root of all evil was alive and well, and they were going to be able to provide that to him, right? Just to know that those same people now you're getting involved with. Whether it's knowingly or unknowingly, at some point you got to stop and ask a question. But then again, I'm just having a conversation. I'm telling you that something to me just doesn't seem right. That's all I'm going to say. I did see Shirley Finkel. He out there tiptoeing around with Wilder, looking uncomfortable as hell. Saudi Arabia, he probably thinks somebody's going to try to eat him. But nonetheless, they had a business meeting. Wilder seems happy. Says there's going to be some good fights coming up. He almost told on himself, but he was able to maintain control. But he almost told about the fights that they have in line. But what I'll tell y'all is this, man. I think fighters should get their money, but I'm concerned about this dirt money. And I think a lot of our favorite fighters, some have kind of been exposed, right? Because I don't have a favorite fighter. Matter of fact, my 2 favorite fighters are Zab Judah and Chris Bird. So get out of here with the fact if you think I'm biased to a fighter. But you see the fact that Tyson Fury's kind of been put out there in the breeze a little bit. Badu Jack is in the breeze. Crawford's kind of in the breeze. Eddie Hearn's kind of in the breeze. Top Rank's kind of in the breeze. The whole MTK Global. There's a lot of different fighters that's kind of in the breeze. But Wilder being in Saudi makes me wonder. What exactly is my man trying to do? Who's he getting involved with? What's happening? But hopefully we'll get some clarity on that. But that being said, congrats to Wilder. His career seems to be up and up and up. Andy Ruiz seems to be kind of just in the breeze. AJ's up and up. Tyson Fury's up and up. Usyk is up and up. But outside of the Four Horsemen, I don't know what's going on with anybody else. But don't be surprised if you start seeing some of these guys like a Spence or Charlo, some of these other guys somehow finding their way over there to Saudi Arabia. If there's that kind of money there, and it's clean money, or even if it's dirty money, but they're not aware of it. If they can go out there and get that, right? Because, hey, could be their own ignorance. Sometimes you just don't know. But for me, being a common sense man, I believe in asking the question, okay, well, why? But why? By the sixth or seventh time you ask why, that's when you get to the truth. You can't just ask it once and be done with it. You keep asking, you peeling the layers back, and eventually you'll get to the answer. But that being said, Deontay Wilder is returning back this year, trying to get 3 fights. Should be fighting in Saudi. I'm telling y'all, this man's probably going to make real money because the people want to see, as he said, a spectacular knockout. And we know he can deliver that. That being said, shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Deontay Wilder is back. Not sure about where he's getting that money from, though. I'm in the breeze.